don't know if I can tell this story.
Needs are not being met, and there's a failure to protect our children.
That did not need to happen. If they'd done any wellness report that could see his body, he would be alive today going to kindergarten in September.
DHHS failed my grandson Maddox and continues to fail children. Maddox was a sweet little boy. He was small for his age, blonde, blue eyes, and very witty and very funny.
Where's Daddy? Where'd Daddy go?
Maddox was born 2018. He was early. DHHS opened a case against Jessica because her young child overdosed on methadone. We ended up going to Belfast to pick him up that evening. January 2020, my son was arrested, and I ended up taking guardianship of him. I said to the DHHS worker, "Is there any way that Maddox will go back to his mother?" And they said no. If that was going to happen, we wouldn't be here. I was totally blindsided when the judge in DHHS gave him over to her. She was a complete stranger to him. He didn't know who she was. I mean, I would ask them to go check on him, and she would not allow them in. He had bruises, but she would always say it was from an older sibling, throwing a toy or him falling because he was clumsy. Maddox was not clumsy. It was on June 21st, early in the morning, when I found out Maddox had died.
We've got kids like Maddox Williams who are being placed by the department into a home with the biological mother when she's a convicted felon, when she had 11 other convictions, where she's been abusing drugs, where she refuses to cooperate with the department, and yet they put that little boy back in that house. And he only lasted 3 months because she beat him to death. She stomped him. She weighed 200 pounds. He weighed 27.
My name is Melanie Blair. I'm a foster parent. I have been for about 8 years. We had a placement. This child came to us at about 8 years old, taken from the mother. Didn't have any contact with the father. There was a DV, domestic violence history with dad. I think we had maybe 4 months the first time. She was in a special behavior program. A little wild and kind of off the wall, but very well otherwise. By the end of the school year, she was doing really well. It was kind of a game changer moment at the last minute. Dad wanted to take custody, and they didn't have any reason not to. Even though he had domestic violence, that was not perpetrated on the child, so that's where she went. And 2 years later, we got her back, and she was She wasn't the same kid when she came back. Her face was all bruised. She was really, really thin. And she had some medical condition because she had been hit so hard that she couldn't talk right. Her mouth drooped, and she didn't sound like a regular kid.
We're #1 worst state in America for child maltreatment. It's anguishing.
There's a federal guideline that said states should be reuniting children with their parents at a minimum of 40%. The purpose should be to find a safe placement for children. There shouldn't be any kind of ideology that enters into this. It should be strictly what is the safe place for the child.
The system is broken, but it's the way that it's broken. It's not a clean break that you can look at the obvious problem and fix it. It's fragmented, and that's why the children are falling through the cracks, because it's fragmented. The department polices itself and preserves itself, which is a breeding ground for corruption. The department is not listening to caseworkers and is not listening to mandated reporters.
Enough is enough. We need to tell the truth. We need to say that the management is broken and we need to fix it.
I would love to see foster parents and caseworkers and everybody working together and all having a seat at the table at the same time and really making a difference for these kids.